Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and we're talking about the new iOS 18. So over the years we have witnessed Apple adding different stuff from jailbreak tweaks to iOS updates. And this year they have done that, and there are a lot of things that Apple has actually borrowed from the jailbreak community and added them to iOS 18. Of course, we cannot be mad about that because there are a lot of cool stuff that actually Apple can add to iOS by using tweaks from the jailbreak community. And here we have 10 of those that we're going to talk about in this video. First of all, the dark mode icons. They actually look really good, and I can't wait for third-party apps to add their own dark mode icons for iOS. They will look, of course, really nice. But we had this on jailbreak a long time ago, and that was by a theme called Vantage, I believe it was. It's a pretty cool theme that looks pretty much identical to this one, which Apple has added to iOS 18. If you don't know, with iOS 18 you will have this dark mode for your icons on the home screen, which of course can switch automatically when turning off and on the dark mode on your iPhone. Now, when talking about icons, here we have another one. So on iOS 18 you will be able to tap here, go to edit, and customize your icons. Now what you can do here is go to large, and you can switch to large mode of icons, which then will remove the labels from the icons, giving your home screen a really clean look. Now I would prefer if you would be able to actually do this but without the icons zooming in a bit, but it still looks kinda cool. Now this was also a very simple jailbreak tweak, which was probably 10 years ago or even more. It was called no labels, and it would basically just remove all the labels from all the icons that you have on the home screen of your iPhone. Now with the new control center on iOS 18, you will be able to add a ton of different controls. You tap right here, you will have a lot of different controls that you can now add to a control center. What's really cool is that Apple is also allowing third-party apps to add their controls. That will be really great. But this was also a feature that was way back in the jailbreak community. It was an add-on called CC support. It allows you to basically add more toggles to the control center, but now we have it here with iOS 18 as well, and it's pretty cool to make the control center way more useful, of course, by again adding more toggles, and also have support for third-party apps to add their own toggles, which of course will be very useful. Now another thing on the control center here is that now you can actually resize the toggles that you have on the control center. Like we have this one right here, we can resize it, make it bigger, smaller, and it's pretty simple. You will have this grabber right here, which allows you to just do that simply by dragging up or down. And of course it's still a bit buggy, but you get the idea of what you can do here. This was also a feature, basically a tweak on jailbreak. It was called a better CC, which allowed you to actually place the toggles of the control center anywhere you want, just like you can do with iOS 18, and also resize them any way you want. Next up, we're moving to something actually very useful: the ability to lock your apps. Finally, Apple has decided to allow us to lock our apps with Face ID. That will work, of course, with Touch ID as well, or the passcode that you use for your iPhone. And it's pretty simple to do. You 3D touch on an app, you will have here the ability to require Face ID for that app to open. Now, this was a tweak that was called BioProtect. That tweak allowed you to just do that. You could just lock any app you wanted with the Face ID, Touch ID, or the passcode, which was actually super useful. And this again was probably like 10 years ago from now, so very nice to see that feature finally coming officially to iOS. Hide your apps was another tweak on jailbreak that Apple has added now to iOS. The ability to hide any of your apps, which is Actually, again, very useful. Now, the way to do this on iOS 18, you simply tap right there on require Face ID, and then you can go ahead and hide and require Face ID. That will place those apps on an album right here where you will have all your hidden apps. That again was hide your apps way back on jailbreaking. It was a pretty cool feature that would just allow you to disappear any app you wanted from the home screen of your device. Now this right here is probably one of my favorite features of iOS 18. The ability to change here what you can do with the buttons on the lock screen. That's very useful. Now way back in jailbreak we had a feature called quick actions. Now the quick actions feature would allow you to do just that. Just edit your lock screen buttons and just place any action you wanted there. Again, way back in the day, but finally we also have that very requested feature on iOS 18. And a very useful feature here with iOS 18, the ability to now schedule a message to send on iMessage. So it's very simple to use. Again, you tap right there on send later, pick a date and a time, and you're good to go. Now we had that feature, it was called Nova. Which would basically allow you to do just that, schedule any message to send later on iOS. Now here we have another pretty cool feature of iOS 18 on the home screen, the ability to just place your icons anywhere you want. Like you can just place them and they will actually stay there. They won't actually rearrange by themselves. This was also a tweak. It was called Boxy 3, which would basically allow you to do just exactly that. Just place the icons anywhere you want. Now the tweak was actually quite amazing as far as I can remember. You could even make the icons bigger, smaller, remove the labels and all that stuff. But again, it also allowed you to do this. Place the icons anywhere you want on the home screen of your device. And finally, with iOS 18, Apple has added the feature for T9 dialer on the phone app of your iOS device. Now, this was way back when there was a tweak called Easy Dialer 14 that added this exact feature to the phone app. Again, the jailbreak community is far ahead and was far ahead of Apple with all these cool features, but thankfully, finally Apple has actually decided to add some of these features to iOS, and most of them have actually been required by users for a really long time. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully in the future Apple will continue doing this, what they did on iOS 18, and adding more tweaks, more features from the jailbreak community to the new iOS updates, because of course the jailbreak community had a lot to offer, and you can make your iPhone way better with a lot of those features that we had on jailbreaking really long time ago. So that's it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Of course, subscribe for more. I'll see you on the next one.